Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squared for boxing news and views from around the internet. Michael Hunter is making a play to fight Dillian Whyte, whose opponent for November the 21st, Alexander Povetkin, had to pull out of that date because of COVID-19. So Povetkin, and spare a thought for him, he is currently, according to World of Boxing, his promoter, see here on screen, this is a post that they put up on social media, currently in a hospital in the Moscow area. But getting back to Michael Hunter, so he is saying free smoke at Dillian Whyte, but going even further than that in interviews saying he will fight Dillian Whyte or even Tyson Fury for free. So he wants that fight, remembering Michael Hunter was with Matchroom until recently, but then he was dropped. His contract was cancelled. He was set adrift. He hasn't linked up with a new promoter yet, but he is a free agent and he can go anywhere. And of course, if he's throwing out offers that he'd fight for free, that might tempt some in. But in this case, I'm not so sure, but he's followed that those sorts of comments up with another post. See here on screen. New day, same feeling, at Dillian Whyte, at Eddie Hearn, hashtag free bounty. So saying he wants to fight Dillian Whyte for free, and I think for most boxing fans, if there is to still be a fight on November the 21st involving Dillian Whyte, Michael Hunter is a great name. That is a very good fight. Same sort of caliber as the Povetkin fight, remembering Michael Hunter had a draw with Povetkin in 2019, and it represents probably one of the most dangerous options if Dillian Whyte was to actually pick up a late notice opponent. But perhaps because Hunter does pose risk, this is why maybe it won't happen. But also we have to remember, Dillian Whyte is contracted to face Alexander Povetkin. It's a rematch. He's going to be facing Povetkin to try win back that WBC mandatory challenger. So you face someone else, maybe that voids the contract with Povetkin, that's possible. But also there's, if he gets beaten by a Michael Hunter, then obviously it's probably a long way back for Dillian Whyte. My personal feeling is that Whyte may actually just sit until the fight is rescheduled, and they're talking about January 30, once Povetkin is back up and running. That would be the new working date. But there are some that are supporting the option of a Michael Hunter, including Nathan Gorman, see here on screen. So he says, Dillian Whyte, Michael Hunter, a good fight. Like to see that. Dillian Whyte's former trainer, Mark Tibbs, he posted to social media. He said, let's remind these sluggers what boxing is really about. Bring on Michael Hunter. It's all about longevity and the art. So not explicitly referencing Dillian Whyte there, but I think the message is pretty clear in my view. But of a potential other fight, there are other names that have put their hand up to face Dillian Whyte, but also Whyte's camp, his promoter, Eddie Hearn, he had talked about potentially Tyson Fury. So he says, Dillian Whyte versus Tyson Fury, anyone? And then that sort of questioning sort of emoji, the thinking one. So, I mean, is this actually something that could happen? That's the question. And clearly, if Tyson Fury was willing to face Dillian Whyte, well, they'd probably walk away from the Povetkin fight because it's a title shot. That's what Dillian Whyte has been working towards. He wouldn't need to worry about any sort of mandatories, that sort of stuff. He would be getting a shot. But Tyson Fury is most likely on December the 5th, when he's going to be fighting in the UK, facing an opponent that's within the top-ranked stable. It's an in-house fight, and there would be a rematch clause. I'm not so sure that Tyson Fury is going to be throwing any bones Dillian Whyte's way. And dozens of fighters want to be in this position. They're calling out Tyson Fury for a fight for December the 5th. And apparently Eddie Hearn has added Dillian Whyte's name to that list. Someone else that also wants to face Dillian Whyte again, Derek Chisora. See here on screen posting, I'm ready to go donkey, hashtag Whyte Chisora 3. Also, there's a promo poster that's already emerged online, Whyte Chisora Lockdown Lunacy. So, and this is from the Haymaker Instagram page. We could do with some lockdown lunacy, hashtag Whyte Chisora 3. And David Hay, he's been actually speaking on this, and we'll just briefly go to this clip now.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the November 21st Alexander Povetkin versus Dillian Whyte rematch has been cancelled / postponed as Povetkin has tested positive for COVID-19. So, Matchroom are desperately searching the universe for a heavyweight that is pay-per-view worthy and is in shape for 12 rounds and is ranked high enough. Options are limited, but Derek Chisora has just had a fight on Saturday. Completely unscathed, hands are good, no marks on his face. He's ready to go, and he's ready to go for that third fight for the fans. He's ready to fight anyone for the fans, and if the fans want to see him in 2.5 weeks have a trilogy with Dillian Whyte, he's good to go. Let me know what you guys think. Maybe I'm a bit biased. I've been hanging around Derek a little too long, maybe. I want to see the fight as a fan, as a manager. Derek wants to fight as he just wants to fight anyone that the fans want.
So my potential thoughts on Dillian Whyte and Derek Chisora 3 is not for me. We've been there, done that, got the postcard. The first fight back at the end of 2016 was great. Fantastic fight. I thought Chisora won. A very close fight. And then obviously you had Dillian Whyte behind on 2 judges' scorecards in the rematch, which was at the end of December 2018. But Derek Chisora got knocked out. That's what happened. They had the fight. He got knocked out conclusively. Dillian Whyte moved on to other fights. So, I mean, for me, yeah, we've seen it. I'm not that interested. But if they are going to have a fight for Dillian Whyte, and he is going to hold that November 21st date, it's not the worst option in the world. But the question is, do we really need to see it? And of course, it would still be on pay-per-view. And there still would be the same risks there for Dillian Whyte. If he faces someone and gets beaten, then obviously it's a long way back. But also, you know, would he be voiding any sort of situation with Alexander Povetkin because of, you know, he's contracted to fight him? I don't know. There's a few open questions there. But personally, I'm not so interested in seeing a third fight because the second fight ended so conclusively. I know that it's probably going to be decent action, but we have seen it before. But if there is going to be a fresh fight, they are going to have something this year to hold Dillian Whyte over. Michael Hunter's probably the best option, but potentially maybe one of the riskiest that's out there. That's just, you know, a reality of the situation. But it is a fresh fight. It would have some intrigue for me. But I do think it's potentially unlikely at this point. Short notice and all that sort of stuff. Even though Michael Hunter is saying, I'll fight for free. I mean, it's all upside for him. He's using this, if he can fight for free, fight someone like a Dillian Whyte or whoever, or a Tyson Fury for free, to try, you know, really build his name, get himself into a position where he can dictate terms. This is an opportunity he's saying that he wants, but I'm just not so sure that Dillian Whyte or even Tyson Fury will give it to him. But yeah, I mean, who do you think, if Dillian Whyte does fight, who should he face? Do you like the Chisora option, the Hunter option? Are any of them actually realistic? My personal feeling is I think Dillian Whyte, because January 30, which is the working date, it's only a few months away, I think he will just sit until then. What do you make of it all? Drop a comment, loud and often. Hit like, hit subscribe, follow me on Twitter, boxing_squared. I'm out.